all like link up. They have like a fact sheet.
Welcome, man. This is my place. I know it's not much, bro, but make yourself at home. And by the way, if you ever...
I got a package here for Adam W.
Yeah.
Right? This is like the exorcism video.
Don't.
Now go and pop that a real.
All right.
Here we are.
All right. Well, cheers.
On my motherfucking fake rug.
Topic and ooh, we're so pretty with the colors.
We're so pretty. Oh my god, we have all of our different colors. I have like a pale, ugly pink. You got this passion fruit, and she got that blue milk or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So we ain't drinking vitamin C today. We're drinking the hydration.
But we do have an update for you because your girl's still sick. Tara's sick now. Ashley,
I gotta
fudge you.
Guys, work on your health.
I bounced back. I'm grateful for my immune system, right? Grateful for that.
Not grateful for my immune system. It has deceived me. Welcome back to LadyBallz.
Spirit fingers. Okay.
It's a beautiful day in San Diego. It's gorgeous out, and we're here filming because we love you guys.
Because
we want to
passion.
To have this girl be sitting here when the sun is out, that is passion and dedication, because we know her anxiety is like off the charts, being like, get me to the beach, get me to the beach.
I need to get tan, because sun is good for my skin and my Lyme disease that I haven't been diagnosed with.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking drop this.
I know, we need to like keep straws out of the range of
no
fire.
No straws here.
But let's start with a weekly recap. Any fun things that happened this week, ladies? Tara, let's begin with you.
Okay, well, I did get sick from these ladies. It was good though. Like I said, grateful for my immune system. It was in and out, like night and day. But the true highlight of my week, I have to say, is meeting Steph's mom. And last night I had a street hot dog.
And
everyone's gonna think you're gonna say sexy.
Yeah.
Like,
what kind of street hot dog?
No, I had it loaded with all the things on top, because how else are you supposed to eat it? And
we've got company.
Entire box of cheese fries to myself with a bunch of different hot sauces.
Yeah, honestly, I am well impressed with how this girl can just down the dog and then a whole box of loaded cheese fries afterwards. You know, I applaud you for that, because that just shows like food is life, food is fuel. And what's so exciting is that is exactly what we're here going to be talking about today. How food is fuel.
What else is new with you, T?
What did I do?
Give us the spicy tea.
Yeah, give us the
spicy tea.
A little cumin in there.
I mean, I took a little cat nap because I'm slightly hungover from Ashley and I went out totally unexpectedly. We did not plan this at all. And I definitely texted Steph and said, we will behave and we will be home at a decent time.
No. I knew that was never happening.
Biggest fucking lie ever.
Yeah.
We did not behave, and we were not home.
I secretly had my fingers crossed that entire conversation.
Yeah.
No promises.
We were hopeful. We were hopeful, but...
we're like, we're shooting in the morning. We need to be home by 11. Stat. Yeah. What time did we get home?
Around like 3:30. We actually fell asleep around 3:33 a.m.
Wow,
crazy.
The fancy numbers.
333. Yeah. I literally was in bed about to go to sleep. 333 is like these special numbers that I've been seeing all around lately. It's abundance. And I actually took a screenshot and sent it to her right before we went to sleep. So
yep, we were awake for it. Crazy.
I also want to stop you when you say you were slightly hungover today, because I asked her to stop at CVS for me and get some saline packets for my nasty sinus infection. And she's in CVS in the cold and allergy aisle, and she's literally FaceTiming me. She's like, I don't see it. I'm like, you know, like, can you go left for me? Can you go right for me? I can't see shit. I'm like trying to drive. Okay, just kidding. I shouldn't be driving.
She should have been driving.
But anyway, like I was going to say, I was like, gonna ask you, can you just go ask someone like where it is? And I was like, she's not in the right mental state to even do that. So like, we just need to get this girl a bagel and get her home.
Never said the hangover girl or the hungover girl. Hangover or
is
hungover?
I think it's
Hungover girl. To do the job, Steph.
Yeah, I know. She needed the bagel first.
Yeah.
I literally was.
Maybe we should have sent you to get the bagels.
100%. Like the one that didn't go out last night should have gone up and gotten the breakfast and foraged. But
To also clean the entire house, hungover.
you did?
Yeah,
That's great.
she did. Clean the bathroom, everything. It's beautiful in here.
She didn't even notice.
Thanks,
So
Ash.
sweet.
Yeah, she's bopping around moving. Meanwhile, I'm taking a nap and waking up to a dream that I am jerking off. So
Yeah, Miss Tara had a wet dream before this video shoot.
and
So
here I am. I'm back.
honestly,
I feel
can
good.
we get snaps
Yeah.
for Tara?
Yeah.
Because that is amazing. We'll have to do an entire episode on like sex drive, wet dreams, because ladies, we get them too. And they're pretty fire. I'm kind of jealous of you. Maybe a nap is the way to
It
go.
was a good time.
I love
I had
that.
fun.
Let us
She had to get ready for this podcast.
it's better than the real thing.
Did that really happen?
I
Okay.
love those dreams when you're like so in it and it feels so real, and then you wake up and you're like, wait,
I know.
was that
Yeah,
real
did
life
I
or was that a
actually, like,
dream?
because I feel like the sensation, so I'm like, I
Did
feel
I
like
actually have an
that was
orgasm?
real. I think you can.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You can
But I love that we're having this conversation because prior to you guys, my best friend and I used to talk about wet dreams, but no other women I would ever find had them as well. And I think my first orgasm was a wet dream. Like,
That's sad.
because I had Catholic guilt and I did not have sex in high school, so it's fine.
We love
that. Yeah, we'll do an entire
She's
episode on
the
that.
good girl out of us three. Like, I love learning
Correct.
new things about stuff because she's
They're
just so
boring.
innocent
Why would you
and
want
so
to learn?
cute. No, it's like so like beautiful.
I love
So
that.
beautiful.
Blossoming.
Speaking of wet dream, though, I told them I was on vacation this last week. I wouldn't call it vacation, more like exertion with my mom, and we went up the coast of California. But we slept in the same bed in our hotel room, and I woke up to almost a wet dream. I think my subconscious like knew I was sleeping next to my mom, but I did wake up a little moany, and I was like, this is all new levels of messed up that I am having this dream next to my mom. Anyway, I'm passing the baton to you. How was your week?
My week was freaking fantastic. I feel like there was so many highs. You know, obviously your mom being here and meeting her for the first time. She's so cute. And she just fit right in to like the girls' circle. She came and had some chats with us, so really loves that. But I will say I have the biggest highlight of my week. And, you know, TMI, not really because it's LadyBallz.
What did we just talk about? I think you're good.
Yeah, we're good. There's no filter here. But I just got my period for the first time in 5 years. And I've never been so happy about that in my life. I've never seen like girls support and cheer me on so much in my life either. Ladies, we all know, like, you know, when you're younger, we don't want our periods. It's like, have to deal with that every month. And I actually had the implant in my arm for 5 years, and it totally took my period away. And, you know, the first couple years, I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. I'm not bleeding. Like, I don't have to worry about this. But then you start to realize, you're like, wait, I'm a woman, and I need to be bleeding. Like, that is, like, there's something not right if you're not bleeding, guys, ladies. Or guys. Or guys, I don't know, maybe. And so, you know, over the past like year or so, I was really like, I want to get this removed. I really want to start healing my body. My hormones were so off. My gut, everything just didn't feel right. And so before moving out here to San Diego, like about 90 days ago, I got the implant removed, and I've just been on the most amazing like healing journey with rebalancing my hormones, focusing on like my gut health. And it's so insane to me how 90 days later, just by doing like the internal work, the health, no stress, moving my body in a way that feels good, eating a different diet, like, and we'll go into this a little bit more. I was vegan, then pescatarian, and now I'm like eating meat again. And it's all of these things that helped me get a period back. It's insane. The low of that is feeling the feels again and just not recognizing what those feelings are, and your body just taking over, and you just have to allow it. Like, I couldn't work out yesterday. I was so tired. I was so lethargic. I sat on the couch probably the entire day.
But then she stayed up all night, so I worked
and then I rallied. Yeah, I definitely got my rest. So I would say the low is like just relearning what those feelings are and just being super nice to my body during that time.
I love that.
Yeah.
And relearning how to use a tampon, right? Sorry.
Yeah, did you have
Too
issues?
much? Too much.
It took two.
very
It
open
took two
here.
to get it right. The first time didn't get it right. So sorry, I did take 2 tampons
That's
from
okay.
you.
It's okay. I'm happy to support the cause.
I
That's
will reimburse you
all good.
in pads.
I actually,
Yeah.
I have a bone to pick with them, but we'll get into that on a period episode, specifically about periods. I'm so happy for you. I literally was jumping up and down because I've been through the same struggle. We've all been on various forms of birth control, and getting the period back is sometimes really hard. And like going through those emotions again and the changes in your body is like an entirely new thing after not having it for so long. And it's like, for someone like me who loves control, it was like, oh my gosh, I have to just let go and do what my body wants instead of controlling. So super happy for you. So
Thank
excited.
you.
And we have 3 menstruating ladies now.
Yes. What's
Fertile
up?
as fuck.
Our balls dropped.
This house is on fire. So, before we go, I want to know you, Steph. You had an amazing week, though. But like, what was the high? What was the low?
The hype and the gripe. I didn't get any pipe. Just kidding. Well, I didn't. So my hype was obviously getting to spend time with my mom. We went, like I said, up to San Fran. We went to Malibu. We went to Santa Barbara. We got to see so much of California that I've never seen before. And my gripe is I'm clearly still sick and I'm not getting better. So I have a sinus infection and it sucks. Anyway, onward.
So this episode is probably going to be my favorite episode. And, I don't say that lightheartedly. Like, this episode really means the world to me, and it is really where my vision for LadyBallz came and what made me want to step away and put the brakes on personal training to move into this atmosphere. And it's all because of, my story, my past. And so this episode, we're really going to dive into eating disorders, body dysmorphia, food restrictions, all the above, even like mental health, anxiety. And I'm so excited for us to tap into this space because, I think all 3 of us have gone through something. It might not be the exact same thing, but we can all relate. And, putting it out there to you guys, like women, even men, children, athletes, all the people, like we somehow have something that we struggled with when it comes to food, when it comes to our body. And so, we're so excited to open up this platform to speak into it.
Yeah, and I would love to start with just your story as summarized, but also as meaningful as you can make it for everyone else to kind of be able to empathize or relate in different ways. I'd love to hear your personal story with an eating disorder and what the disorder was, if you're comfortable sharing, how it started, how it's going, and all the things.
I will try to sum up it in the shortest but most powerful way. And I actually want to share with you, and obviously all of you guys, I remember like the first thing that struck this whole eating disorder path, not even eating disorders because I was super young at the time, but like more of like the insecurities, the low confidence in myself, low self-esteem, and just not feeling beautiful in my body, always feeling like I wasn't good enough. And it really started, I want to say it was either 1st or 2nd grade. Wow. And it's, guys, like the power of words means a lot. And I remember I was sitting in class one time and, like as kids, we all have our weight fluctuates, we go through our chubby stages, we go through our really
the
skinny,
baby fat.
the baby fat, all that stuff. So, you know, I think at that time I was like, you know, a little bit chubbier and mom loves to feed us. Jewish mom.
Blame it on mom.
Yeah. Mom. But I remember like in class one time, I was sitting down in my seat and I remember there was a guy and a girl in my class and they actually said something to me where it's like, oh my God, Ashley, you're so fat. Yeah. And I know. And it's like the power of words, even at such a young age, that sticks with you and puts that into your mind. And it really was from there on out, like I always felt so insecure in my body. And it progressed, you know, through middle school and high school. It really started where I was more anorexic at that time. Like I was not eating much. I was skipping lunch like almost every day at school. And as an athlete, that was not good. I played soccer and cheerleading. And so you need fuel, but I was running on nothing and working out crazy. And so, yeah, it really started with, you know, those negative eating patterns. It is hereditary. Sorry, guys.
She makes a point,
With confidence.
and you'll learn to freaking love it. Is the highlight of it.
Yep, you'll pick up soon. It runs in my family where, you know, eating disorders between my sister and my mom and just other like influences around me. And so at a young age, I was exposed to these things and you think it's sort of normal. You see people that you look up to doing things and you start to adopt these traits. And so it wasn't actually until college I joined a sorority and so blessed for my sorority, guys. I loved every single chapter of that. It really made my experience at school everything it was, but it was also very toxic. And if you guys are in college or going through sororities and stuff, I really want like you to like hear this and just know that doesn't have to be the way for you. But you know, being in a sorority, also one where they're absolutely gorgeous girls, you know, as you would say, perfect bodies.
She went to FSU.
Hurricanes beat the Seminoles.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I remember it was my freshman year. I, you know, started going to lunch at the sorority house and I would walk past the bathroom and I would hear girls in the bathroom purging. And
oh my God.
yeah, it was very common. It was every day I would hear it. And so again, you think it's normal. People are doing this. You're like, oh, if they do it, I do it, you know? And you want this like look, you want to fit in basically. And that's where it really kind of started for me with the eating disorders. I went through a really dark path for about 4 to almost 5 years of purging and binging a lot. And you know, I'll share with you guys really openly, I didn't keep anything down. Every meal I would purge up for like 4 to 5 years. Imagine that, like my poor stomach, my poor intestines, like I didn't know the depth of
your
like
esophagus too, and like the acid burning it.
Right? Oh my God, the acid reflux. You know, people told me I need to stop eating lime and hot sauce, yet they didn't actually know the real cause of it. And it's something that I didn't realize at the time was hurting me so bad, and it just became this obsession and addiction. And you know, it was something that led me down into a depression state too. I was not happy. I was so like, I get emotional when I talk about it because, you know, I was so scared to share my like story, and I hid behind the closet with this and no one knew. I mean, if they did, they never said anything. And it's something that I love talking about now because that's part of the healing journey, is being able to open up and share your story and what you really went through to help others, you know? And that's exactly what it is. I want you guys to know it's okay to talk about it, but it's not you. It's just this addiction that comes out. And it was, I'm trying to like catch my thoughts here a little bit. It is a lot. And so, you know, fast forward, I remember I was living in Fort Lauderdale and I just had this wake up call that like, I needed to heal myself. I needed to change. I remember looking in the mirror and I was so unhappy with the person I saw back. I still struggled so much with my body and the confidence. Like, I literally had no confidence.
I know, it's weird, like the smaller you get, not always the more confident you get.
And I was so skinny at that time, and I literally thought it wasn't good enough. And I remember looking at myself in the mirror. It had to have been like 2016, maybe 2017 at this point, and I was just like, you're better than this. Like, do not let this control you. You know, have the courage to overcome this without, you know, I didn't want to seek help from, you know, someone else. I saw what rehab centers did, and, you know, not saying that they don't work. And I think if you are struggling and that's something that you need, I think you should definitely look into that. But for myself, I, again, have the courage to face my fear and try to overcome in my own way. And so by doing so, that was removing myself from a toxic environment, toxic people, and I ended up traveling, and I booked a one-way ticket to Australia, like I shared with you guys in the last video, and that was the start of my healing journey. I made a promise to myself, the second I get on that flight, I am done. I'm not purging anymore. I am not doing this.
Did you ever like slip up, or did you?
I will say there was a few times I did, but honestly, I probably couldn't count more than my hands, which is so impressive for somebody who is doing it every single day after every meal. And yeah, that's really where it started. I started to really educate myself around food. I started to stop looking at food as it's going to make me fat, and stop looking at food as the enemy. And I started to really educate what makes my body feel good. And then I started getting back into fitness and doing all the things that I knew were going to make me feel better. And yeah, it's crazy to think it's now been, you know, what, 5, even more years.
Yeah.
And I feel like every day is still like a healing journey of, you know, self-love, learning to love my body, and, you know, just becoming the most confident version of myself. And it's funny because it's like, yeah, I still sometimes like feel like maybe I could be fitter, maybe I could lose a couple pounds or whatever, but I'm enjoying the process of what my body is doing, and I've never been more confident in myself and more confident to share my story with others. And yeah, I guess that's kind of wrapping it up a little bit.
I'm so proud of you for sharing something so vulnerable, and it is so beautiful to watch how resilient your body is. Like, it went through, you know, those 5 years of repetitive purging and being at a low weight and probably losing a period in that way too. And now today we're sitting here and she has her period back. She's glowing. She has energy. She's like just so vibrant. And I just wanted to share that because I feel like bodies are very resilient. And if you're just brave enough to, you know, take a different step in a different direction, your body will come back and bounce back and you'll shine like you have. And I'm just like, I can't say how proud of you I am for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean it.
I appreciate that. That's so sweet.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for letting me share.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, with that, it's like, I know I'm not alone, and we all have sort of our own backgrounds with it. And, you know, Steph, I'd love for you to kind of share what your, you know, what your journey was like with it.